Hello guys, so today I want to talk about the registration forms on your Forex Brokerage website. This video may be very helpful if you are in the process of design or redesign of your website. So what role do the forms play in your business and what they depend on? We can review some of the most common form types. We discuss what happens after the registration, and hopefully it will help you decide on the correct type of form for your company. Yeah. So first of all, about types of the forms. Here at Kenmore Design, we divide them in three basic types. It's a single page form, multi-step form, and multi-phase form. So here I'm going to pull up single page form. Obviously, there are some advantages and disadvantages for each one of them. The advantage of the form like this is, of course, it's simple, it's inviting, it's very easy to deploy, and most of the users presented with a form like this, they automatically feel like they can just fill it out in a few seconds. Yeah, there are some limitations to this kind of form. First of all, it's the amount of data collected. So here you got 10, maybe 20 fields if you optimize for all the screens. Obviously, it's not enough if you're a regulated brokerage or if you want to collect more data. In the multi-step form approach, essentially it's the same form, except for on the bottom here you get the next button, and you can collect a lot more data. In fact, you can even process the KYC at the time of the user filling out these forms. And forms like these, the multi-step forms, they also fool the bots that try to fill out and inject things into your forms. So like you get a lot less spam. Of course, the disadvantage of the multi-step form is that it's really annoying. It annoys the user after the first step. So they see this page, and then they click the next button or submit button, and then they're presented with another 10-15 questions. And of course, this is where you get a lot of abandoned forms. Forms like this also much harder to code. So whoever builds a form like this really needs to test it and make sure that the data retention is there. Basically, a lot of QA needs to be done. Finally, a multi-phase registration form. It consists of a single step on a website, just like this, but if then the user receives a confirmation email after this step, they click a link into that email, which takes them to the login page where they log in, and they are now inside of your system's back office, and they're presented with additional questions. It's a very nice form. The advantages are obvious. First of all, it's not so annoying. The user feels like, okay, most of the work is behind me now. It's just like, I took a step and now it's just a few more questions. It feels more normal to a user. The issue of abandoned forms goes away because you already saved the data from the phase one of this form. So you already have this data. So even if you need to follow up on it, even if it gets abandoned here, you are going to retain the information from the first phase. The disadvantage is very similar to the multi-step form. It's even harder to code. All these fields need to be mapped from phase one, from phase two. The system needs to know what happens if someone clicks the link later, things like that. So now, for what happens after. In our system, we prefer sending user an email. So they send an email consists of a link or a button to click in order to proceed to the next step. This way we confirm the user's ownership or correct spelling of the email. In some cases, we also do phone or SMS verification, but that's less common. About 20% of our clients use that. I'm gonna make a separate video about SMS some other time. And there is also a demo registration forms. This one, I would say definitely keep it as small as possible. It's, in fact, even if a demo user later turns into your live user, they might need to change all this information. They might provide you with a fake name and a demo registration form, right? All the forms that we build or provide, and even other providers as well, usually comes with an API. It allows for the freedom and releasing the provider from the constraints of their technology, and basically it's the ability for a broker to build their own registration forms. You can build advanced marketing campaigns with landing pages, but again, I'm going to make another video about the APIs to the registration some other time. So to finalize, the obvious Cadillac solution is the multi-phase approach. However, if you are not burdened by the regulatory requirements, you might want to consider a single-step form as well. In our experience, most abandoned forms are multi-step forms, and we recommend including some kind of tracking, implementing some kind of tracking in all types of forms just to see where they get abandoned. So that's it. I hope this video clarified some of your concerns. Thanks for watching. See you next time.